Over 55 million car owners are getting ripped off every day at the detailer, paying thousands for services they could simply do at home. But here's the shocker. Repair shops have been gatekeeping these car tips and tricks that save you money. One hack could save you $3,000 every year, and you've been ignoring it your whole life. Before you waste $1, here are 17 car cleaning tricks detailers don't want you knowing. Don't skip. It saves you serious money. Let's start now with hack number 17, coconut oil for paint and trim restoration. Your car's paint is looking flat and lifeless, and you can fix it with something in your pantry. Pure coconut oil can bring back that shine for pennies on the dollar. After washing and drying your car completely, put a small amount of coconut oil on a clean microfiber cloth. Wipe it onto your paint in thin, even layers, working one panel at a time. Buff away any excess with a dry cloth. The oil fills in microscopic scratches, restores depth to the paint, and creates a glossy, slick finish that looks like you just drove off the lot. A jar of coconut oil costs about $6 at any grocery store and can detail your entire car several times. What they don't tell you is that coconut oil's moisturizing and water-repelling properties are chemically similar to carnauba wax blends sold at auto stores for $25 to $40. But wait, if that coconut oil hack just saved you money, this next one is about to make your jaw drop. Hack number 16, baking soda and vinegar for tire cleaning. Your tires are brown, grimy, and crusted with brake dust and road grime that a regular car wash barely touches. They make an otherwise clean car look absolutely neglected. But here's the easy fix. Mix equal parts white vinegar and water in a spray bottle. Then use the spray bottle or toothbrush and put baking soda directly onto the tire sidewall. Brush hard the vinegar solution right on top and let it fizz. The reaction breaks down brake dust, road grime, and oxidation at the surface level. Scrub with a stiff brush in circular motions, rinse clean, and dry. The results are genuinely shocking for something that costs less than 50 cents per tire. And here's the kicker. This combo is completely safe on all tire rubber. No cracking, no drying out, no chemical residue. Just clean, dark sidewalls that look like they just rolled off the factory floor. This next one uses something you already have in your kitchen. You'd be very much shocked by this next one. Hack number 15, dish soap for floor mat revival. Your floor mats take more abuse than almost anything in your car. Salt, mud, snow, dirt, mystery liquids. It all ends up there. But here's what detailers do that takes about 5 minutes and costs basically nothing. Pull your mats out, rinse them with water, then scrub them with a mixture of dish soap and warm water using a stiff brush. Rinse thoroughly and let them dry in the sun. Want to make them look brand new? After they're dry, apply a thin layer of rubber protectant or tire shine. It brings back that deep black color and adds a protective layer against cracking and fading from UV exposure. This entire process costs maybe $2 in soap and protectant. And here's the kicker. New floor mats cost $50 to $150 depending on your vehicle. Detailers charge $40 just to clean your existing ones. What they don't tell you is that the dish soap's degreasing agents cut through the salt and oil residue that breaks rubber down from the inside. But wait, if that floor mat hack just saved you money, this next one's about to make your jaw drop. Hack number 14, toothpaste for crystal clear side mirrors. Your side mirrors are covered in water spots, bug splatter, and road grime that won't come off. You've tried glass cleaner, but those stubborn spots just won't budge. But here's the hack, regular white toothpaste. The same stuff you brush your teeth with. Squeeze a small amount onto a damp cloth and scrub your side mirrors in circular motions. The mild abrasives in toothpaste cut through water spots, remove oxidation, and polish the glass to crystal clarity. Rinse it off with clean water and buff dry. One tube of toothpaste costs $2 and can clean your mirrors dozens of times. And here's the kicker. Toothpaste also works on cloudy headlight lenses, scuffed plastic screens, and even scratched watch faces. What they don't tell you is that dirty side mirrors create dangerous blind spots that can cause accidents during lane changes or merging. This next one will 100% shock you. Hack number 13, shaving cream for fog-free side mirrors. Your side mirrors are completely useless on rainy or foggy mornings, covered in water droplets and fog that make it impossible to see anything behind you. But here's what mechanics won't tell you. Regular shaving cream does the exact same job. But there's a catch most internet hacks miss. You need actual foam shaving cream, not gel. Squirt some directly on the mirror. Grab a dry cloth and spread it evenly across the entire surface. Let it sit for about 2 minutes, then buff it off with a clean dry cloth until the mirror is crystal clear. The shaving cream leaves an invisible hydrophobic coating that repels water and prevents fog for weeks. And here's the kicker. Mechanics have been using this trick on customer cars for years, then charging $50 for a professional fog prevention treatment. Now you know better. What they don't tell you is that water pooling on your side mirrors during rain creates genuine blind spots that make lane changes dangerous. Before we get to the mind-blowing car tips that makes your car 10 times cleaner, hit that like button. We spent hours researching these tricks, and it genuinely helps us make more content like this. Done? Awesome. Now this next one will completely change how you feel about your car's paint. Hack number 12. Clay bar for paint decontamination. Your car's paint feels rough and gritty no matter how many times you wash it. Wax won't bond properly, and the finish looks dull even right after a wash. But here's what detailers aren't telling you. Buy a clay bar kit from any auto parts store for $10 to $15. Spray the included lubricant on a small section of paint. Then glide the clay bar back and forth across the surface in straight lines. You'll feel it grabbing and pulling out embedded contaminants. Brake dust, industrial fallout, tree sap particles. Things that washing literally cannot remove. Wipe the panel clean and move to the next section. Your paint transforms from rough and contaminated to smooth as glass in under an hour. And here's the kicker. Skipping clay and going straight to wax seals all that contamination underneath, doing more harm than good. What they don't tell you is that detailers use this exact clay bar on every single car before they polish or coat it. They just charge you $200 for a process that takes 45 minutes and $15 in materials. Your paint is clean now, but let's talk about dents, and a trick that will completely change your game. Hack number 11. Hot water to pop out car dents. You've got a small dent in your bumper or door panel. It's not huge, but it's noticeable enough. Body shops are quoting you $150 to $300 for paintless dent removal, making it sound like specialized work that requires professional tools. And you're considering just living with the dent because the repair cost seems ridiculous. But here's what most drivers miss. Many small dents, especially on plastic bumpers, can be popped out at home with nothing more than a kettle of boiling water. Pour the hot water directly over the dented area to heat the plastic and make it pliable. Then reach behind the bumper and push the dent out from the inside with your hand. The heat softens the plastic just enough that it returns to its original shape with light pressure. Dry it off and the dent is gone. One kettle of boiling water costs you absolutely nothing. And here's the kicker. This works best on plastic bumpers and panels where the dent has no crease or paint damage. The hotter the water, the more pliable the plastic becomes, making even stubbornly curved dents pop right back into position. What they don't tell you is that leaving dents on plastic bumpers unrepaired causes the material to stress crack around the impact point over time, turning a simple cosmetic issue into a structural problem. Your dent is gone, and your wallet didn't feel a thing. Your dent is handled. But let's talk about your dashboard, and a trick that will blow your mind. Hack number 10, coffee filter for streak-free dashboard. Your dashboard is dusty, smeared, and has that greasy shine that makes the whole interior look grimy. Every time you wipe it down with a paper towel or a regular cloth, it leaves lint and streaks behind. The more you wipe, the worse it looks. Most drivers just accept this as the nature of dashboards. But here's what detailers don't want you knowing. Grab a plain white coffee filter, dampen it slightly with water or a small amount of diluted interior cleaner. Wipe it across your dashboard, center console, and plastic trim panels in smooth, even strokes. Coffee filters are lint-free by design, and their slightly textured surface lifts dust and smears without leaving anything behind. Your dash comes out clean matte and streak-free every single time. A pack of 200 coffee filters costs about $3 and gives you enough material to wipe down your dashboard hundreds of times over. And here's the kicker. Coffee filters also work perfectly on instrument cluster screens and touchscreen displays where lint is especially visible and annoying. What they don't tell you is that professional detailers use lint-free microfiber applicators specifically to avoid this exact problem. and coffee filters deliver the identical result for pennies on the dollar. Now, a genius car trick that will remove your car rust. Hack number 9. Coca-Cola for surface rust removal. You've spotted early surface rust forming on your door edges, trunk lid, or exposed metal underneath your car. It's spreading, and you know that if you ignore it, you're looking at serious bodywork. The body shop is quoting $200 to $500 to treat and repaint the affected panels, and that number is making your eye twitch. But here's what they don't want you to know. Pour Coca-Cola directly onto the rusted surface. Let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes while the phosphoric acid gets to work breaking down the iron oxide. Then scrub with a stiff brush or a piece of crumpled aluminum foil. The rust loosens and lifts right off the surface without any grinding or sanding. Rinse thoroughly with water and dry completely to stop new moisture from setting in. Surface rust is gone, and the metal underneath is exposed and clean. And here's the kicker. Phosphoric acid is the exact active ingredient in professional rust converter products, sold at auto stores for $15 to $25 a bottle. Coca-Cola contains it naturally and delivers the same chemical reaction for the price of a beverage. What they don't tell you is that surface rust spreads underneath your paint long before it becomes fully visible. So treating it early with this trick prevents thousands of dollars in bodywork down the road. You just did a 2-step rust treatment for under $2 that body shops charge $300 to replicate. Now let's talk about something that's been slowly dying right under your feet every single time you drive. This next one will surprise you. Hack number 8. Vaseline to restore and protect car pedals. Your rubber pedals, the gas, brake, and clutch, are cracking, fading, and losing their texture. The rubber is drying out, and on a rainy day that reduced grip is a genuine safety hazard. Replacement pedal covers run $20 to $40, and most of them look cheap and don't last long anyway. Most drivers just accept worn pedals as part of an aging car. But here's what most drivers miss. Scoop a small amount of plain petroleum jelly onto a cloth and rub it evenly across each rubber pedal surface in circular motions. The Vaseline penetrates the dry rubber, restores flexibility, and brings back that dark, factory-fresh appearance. It creates a moisture barrier that slows oxidation and cracking between applications. Your pedals look restored and feel supple again in under 2 minutes. A jar of Vaseline costs about $4 and can treat your pedals dozens of times. And here's the kicker. Vaseline also conditions and slows dry rot in the rubber itself, which is what eventually causes pedal surfaces to crack, split, and lose their grip texture, making them genuinely dangerous in wet conditions. What they don't tell you is that most rubber restoration products at the auto parts store are just petroleum-based formulas with a fancy label and a $15 price tag. Vaseline is the same chemistry, straight from the source, with zero markup. But we are just getting warmed up. This next one will completely change how you handle moisture inside your car. Hack number 7. Rice in a sock for moisture control. Your car's interior is constantly damp. The windows fog up from the inside. There's a musty smell you can't get rid of, and everything feels humid and uncomfortable. You're running the defroster constantly, but the moisture keeps coming back. Most drivers think there's a leak somewhere, or that their AC system is failing. But here's what they don't tell you. The problem is trapped moisture in the cabin, and you can eliminate it with something from your kitchen pantry. Fill a clean sock or small fabric bag with uncooked rice and tie it closed. Place it under your seat, on your dashboard, or in your cup holder. The rice acts as a natural desiccant, absorbing excess humidity from the air, just like those silica gel packets that come in shoeboxes. One rice-filled sock can control moisture for weeks or even months depending on your climate. When it stops working, just empty it out, microwave the rice to dry it out, and refill. A $3 bag of rice can solve your moisture problem for an entire year. And here's the kicker. This trick works year-round, preventing that muggy feeling in summer and stopping frost from forming on the inside of your windows in winter. What they don't tell you is that trapped moisture doesn't just cause foggy windows. It promotes mold growth, creates musty odor, and can damage your electronics and upholstery over time. But wait, if that moisture hack just saved you money, this next one is about to make your jaw drop. Now let's solve that streaking problem that's been annoying you every single time it rains. Hack number 6. Isopropyl alcohol to restore wiper blades. Your windshield wipers are streaking and chattering across the glass. They're leaving lines, making annoying squeaking noises, and barely clearing the water when it rains. You're squinting through streaky glass trying to see the road ahead. Most drivers immediately buy new wiper blades, spending $30 to $50 for a decent pair. But here's what most drivers miss. Your wiper blades aren't necessarily worn out. They're just dirty and contaminated. Dampen a clean cloth with isopropyl alcohol, the 70% or 90% kind you use for first aid, and wipe down the rubber edge of each wiper blade thoroughly. The alcohol dissolves road grime, removes oily buildup, and cleans the rubber edge back to a sharp, smooth surface. Wipe away any excess with a dry cloth. Suddenly your wipers glide smoothly and clear the glass perfectly without any streaking or noise. A bottle of isopropyl alcohol costs about $3 and will last you years for this purpose. And here's the kicker. This trick can extend the life of your wiper blades by months, sometimes even a full year before you actually need replacements. What they don't tell you is that wiper blade failure is usually caused by contamination and rubber degradation from UV exposure, not actual wear. Regular cleaning with alcohol makes a massive difference. You just saved $40 with a $3 bottle. This next one sounds absolutely crazy until you try it. Hack number 5 is going to completely change how you feel about headlights. Hack number 5, metal polish for headlight restoration. Your headlights are getting hazy and yellowed. The oxidation is making them look terrible, and your nighttime visibility is suffering because the light output is seriously reduced. Professional headlight restoration costs $80 to $120. Those kits at the auto parts store are hit or miss. Most drivers accept cloudy headlights as inevitable aging, but here's the hack that actually works. A small amount of metal polish, the kind sold for chrome and brass, applied to a clean microfiber cloth and rubbed onto the headlight lens in firm circular motions for 2 to 3 minutes per lens. The fine abrasives in metal polish are perfectly calibrated to cut through UV oxidation and polish plastic to crystal clarity without scratching the surface. Buff it off with a clean cloth and your headlights go from foggy yellow to dramatically clearer in one session. A tube of metal polish costs about $8 and can restore both headlights multiple times. And here's the kicker. Metal polish leaves a protective micro-layer on the lens surface that slows reoxidation, meaning your results last longer than they would with toothpaste or baking soda alone. What they don't tell you is that oxidized headlights can reduce your light output by up to 80%, making night driving genuinely dangerous and potentially illegal in some states. An $8 tube of metal polish just made your car safer and saved you over $100 in the same move. Speaking of things that go unnoticed, this next one is hiding inside your car right now, and it's making your air quality worse every single day. And a trick that will definitely surprise you. Hack number 4, cleaning slime for AC vents. Your car's interior vents are packed with dust, crumbs, and debris that no vacuum attachment or cloth can reach. Every time the AC kicks on, it pushes all that built-up grime right into the air you're breathing. Most drivers just live with it, or pay for expensive interior detailing that costs $100 to $150 for someone to do what you could do yourself in 10 minutes. But here's the genius hack. Grab some cleaning slime, the kind marketed for keyboards and electronics. It costs about $8. Press the slime into each vent opening and work it into the fins and gaps. Then pull it out. The slime's sticky texture grabs dust, dirt, mold spores, and debris that's been building up for months, and pulls it all out in one satisfying peel. The slime molds perfectly to every shape and reaches places your fingers and brushes can't touch. One container can deep clean your entire car's vent system multiple times. And here's the kicker. The slime actually gets into the microscopic gaps inside the vent channels, pulling out the mold and mildew residue that causes that musty smell every time your AC turns on. What they don't tell you is that all that accumulated dust and debris inside your vents isn't just gross. It can harbor allergens, restrict airflow, and push bacteria-laden particles directly into your cabin every time you use the AC. An $8 container of slime just replaced a $150 detailing service. Hack number 3, baby wipes for window seal cleaning. Your window seals are grimy, cracked, and caked with dirt that never comes off no matter how many times you run your car through a wash. That black rubber trim around every window looks faded and neglected, and it makes an otherwise clean car look years older than it is. But here's what detailers don't want you knowing. Grab a plain unscented baby wipe and run it along every window seal on your car. The gentle formula lifts embedded dirt, road grime, and oxidation from the rubber without drying it out or causing cracking. Work your way around each window in one smooth stroke and watch the grime transfer directly onto the wipe. And here's the kicker. Baby wipes also condition the rubber at the same time they clean, which slows the cracking and shrinking that eventually lets water seep into your doors and roof. What they don't tell you is that detailers charge $20 to $40 just to wipe down your seals as part of a full detail package. You just did the same job for pennies. This next hack is a car trick that no one knows about. Hack number 2, shaving cream for headlight restoration. We talked about using metal polish to make headlights shinier, but this one makes it cleaner. But here's what they don't tell you. Grab a can of foam shaving cream, not gel, it has to be foam, and apply a generous amount directly onto each headlight lens. Spread it evenly across the entire surface with a dry cloth and let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes. Then buff it off in circular motions with a clean cloth. The mild surfactants and conditioning agents in the foam break down the UV oxidation sitting on the surface of the plastic, restoring clarity without scratching. Rinse clean and dry. And here's the kicker. This trick works as a maintenance step between deeper restorations, keeping oxidation from building back up as fast. What they don't tell you is that cloudy headlights can cut your nighttime visibility by up to 80%, making it a safety issue, not just a cosmetic one. Now, for the number 1 hack you have been waiting for. This one will completely change how you keep your car clean between washes. Hack number 1. Fabric softener sheets for dust and static removal. Your car's interior is constantly dusty. No matter how many times you wipe it down, the dust comes right back within days. You're wiping the dashboard, the vents, the door panels, and a week later, it looks exactly the same. Most drivers think this is just something you have to live with. But here's what they don't tell you. Grab a dry fabric softener sheet, the kind you use in the dryer. Wipe it across your dashboard, door panels, center console, and any plastic surface inside your car. The fabric softener sheet does 2 things at once. It cleans the existing dust off the surface, and the anti-static compounds in the sheet leave behind an invisible coating that actively repels dust from settling back on that surface for days afterward. Your interior stays cleaner, longer, with 0 extra effort. A box of 200 dryer sheets costs about $5 and can keep your interior dust-free for months. And here's the kicker. These same sheets work on the exterior too. Wipe them along the lower body panels and wheel wells to reduce the static charge that attracts road dust and brake dust to your paint. What they don't tell you is that most interior dust buildup is driven by static electricity on plastic surfaces, not just airflow. You're not just cleaning the dust, you're eliminating the reason it keeps coming back. If this video just saved you from expensive detailing bills, or made you realize you can maintain your car with household items, smash that subscribe button. Your wallet is going to thank you for sticking around. And did you know there are even more hacks that can save you serious money? Click this video. You will not regret it.